Hey guys, it's Eva of Nom Life. Hope you guys are doing okay. We've been spending a lot of time / all of the time inside, but one thing that has been getting us by is making dumplings at home. It's incredibly therapeutic and very soothing to make, and also really delicious end result. So we've been making dumplings since we were little with our family, with our friends, and it's just something that really brings people together. And what's amazing about dumplings is that there's one in every culture. Like everyone loves something wrapped in carbs, and you really can't go wrong with it. You can use leftovers. Today we're gonna do pork, but use whatever you have on hand to make it your own. You usually can't go wrong with what you put in a dumpling, but definitely we stray on the savory side. So I'm gonna be sharing two different methods for wrappers, one using store-bought. So you can grab these in Chinatown at a Chinese grocery, or you can get these at an international market. But what's great about store-bought wrappers is they're all super thinly sliced and uniform, and they're ready to go. However, if you can't get to a grocery that has these type of wrappers, you can make dumpling dough at home, which is really easy, and all you need is flour and water. So first I'm gonna show you how to make homemade dough, but if you're using store-bought wrappers, you can skip to here. So first you'll need about a cup of flour. You can just use all-purpose flour. It doesn't need to be anything crazy fancy. A little under half a cup of very warm water, not hot water, just very warm from the sink usually is fine. So once you add in the water to the flour, you're gonna stir that in with a spoon. And then once it starts to clump up, you're gonna start to use your hands to actually form the dough ball together and start to knead it together. The dough should be sticky, but not so sticky that it's sticking to your hands. If it is like that, then add a little bit more flour. And on the opposite end, if it's too dry, then add a little bit more warm water. So overall, the dough should be sticky, but not like used gum. No one wants to have dough that's like used gum. But then once you get that dough ball formed, you're gonna wanna knead it just for a few minutes on a flat surface just to start getting it into that doughy texture that's all clumped together. So after kneading for a few minutes, you'll see that it started to smooth over a bit, but you might still have dimples and some little cracks in your dough. That's fine. You're gonna let it rest for 15 to 30 minutes in a covered bowl. You can use a silicone lid, which I love and are very easy, or you can use a damp towel or paper towel. So we're gonna let this sit for 15 to 30 minutes. Since it's been resting for about 20-ish minutes, I'm gonna actually knead it again just to get all of those cracks and dimples out of the dough. Kneading it again helps to get that smooth texture that you want in the dumpling dough. And you start to even feel that as you're kneading it again. It doesn't feel like how it felt earlier, which was a little bit more drier. So I'm gonna let the dough rest one more time for 20 to 30 minutes and let that dough really smooth over so there's no cracks and bubbles in the dough. So now our dough has completed its resting phase. We're gonna actually roll it out and make some wrappers. So you'll know your dough is ready once you have a smooth surface on top, and when you poke it, it starts to bounce back. So one easy way to roll out your dough is to poke a hole in the center like a donut and to knead and twist so that you have a nice even shape the entire way, so when you're cutting all of the dough out, it'll be really symmetrical. I'm gonna lightly flour my surface just to make sure that the dough doesn't stick to anything. So to roll it out, you'll need a small rolling pin, but if you don't have one, you could use a soy sauce bottle or a wine bottle or even a cup. Whatever you have, you can make it work. I'm gonna cut off a small portion and punch the dough in to make a flat disc, and then you're gonna roll it out. You'll wanna roll out the edges first because you want them to be thinner just so it's easier to fold, and you also want the middle to be a little bit thicker just so that the filling has a little bit more stable of a surface. So now that our homemade wraps are ready, we're gonna make the filling. So I have about a pound of ground pork. You could use ground beef, or you could use vegetables like cabbage, lettuce, bok choy, tofu, if you want to go a vegetable route. Really, you can use whatever's in your fridge just to make it work. For our filling, we are going to add in half a head of garlic minced, some ginger. I'm gonna add in some rehydrated shiitake mushrooms because it adds a lot of depth and umami to pork filling. Scallions, some cilantro, shao wine, chili oil, and ginger powder, white pepper powder, and five spice. And for any of the meat fillings that you add into your dumplings, you're gonna wanna add an egg. It really helps keep the meat moist and juicy without having to add like cornstarch or something else to thicken it. Egg is key. So our filling is ready. All you have to do is mix it in evenly. You can use a spoon, but honestly, it's easier to use your hand just to get everything really well mixed in. Don't mind the noise. So if you're not making dough at home and you're just using store-bought ones, you can just skip all the dough steps to right here. So get your store-bought ones out, and you're gonna actually want to dust flour onto your surface just a little bit. This helps to make sure that the wrappers don't stick to the surface that you're working on. So you're gonna take your wrapper and place about a little over half a tablespoon of filling into the center. You don't wanna put too much because then the filling will squeeze out when you cook it and when you try to fold it. You're gonna put some water all around the edges of the wrapper to help seal it and fold it in half like a taco. And then you're gonna wanna bring the edges forward as you fold and seal them down. So you're gonna do that first on the right side or left side, whichever side you prefer. And then the last edge, you'll see this pocket, and you're just gonna wanna push that in. And then you're gonna do the same on the other side. Just bringing each fold forward. And then you can adjust your dumpling as needed, just to make sure that all of the folds are uniform and the bottom is nice and flat. So for folding, you will basically do the same method, but you don't need the bowl of water because you'll actually just pinch the dough to each other to close it. So if this folding technique is a little bit challenging, you really can just press and seal. You don't have to do these fancy folds. So I'll show how to do that as well. So just bring it again like a taco, and you can just kind of pinch these closed. Still delicious. So we've made both types of dumplings, and now we're gonna cook them up. So you're gonna put a pan on medium-high heat and add some neutral oil to the pan. Once your oil is hot, you're gonna start adding in your pot stickers once they've all been folded. Once you've got a nice sear on the bottom, you can start to see it actually bubble up from even the top of the dumpling. You're gonna wanna add some water to the pan to steam it. You're gonna steam it for about 5 minutes with the lid on until all the water has evaporated. So I like to make sure that each bottom is nice and crispy before removing it from the pan. So to finish up the dumplings, we like to add a little bit of fried garlic, which you can actually add to a ton of different savory dishes. Once you have your garlic frying in the oil, you're just gonna wanna cook it until it's a light golden brown. You wanna make sure you remove it from heat immediately because it will still keep cooking even after it's been removed from the pan. So you wanna wait until you get that light golden brown all over and then quickly remove it from heat. So here's a few tips on how to elevate your dumpling presentation style. You gotta have chili oil, first of all. We have a recipe for Aunt June's chili oil right here that you should definitely make at home. It is essential to add to your dumplings. Some fried garlic, cilantro, scallions, and some black rice vinegar. So now we're gonna have our roommate Elaine come in and see which of these dumplings she likes better, homemade or store-bought wrappers. Just try whichever one.
Okay. They're really good.
Ooh. Do you think it's homemade or store-bought wrapper?
I can't tell, but they actually all look the same. Homemade?
Yeah, that was homemade. I feel like you can tell because the dough is a little bit more bouncy and like puffier than the store-bought ones. I can get sriracha too if you need. I know you,
Oh my God,
you love
wow.
your sriracha.
That's fine.
How's that one?
I feel like the store-bought one is like just a little bit more firm,
Yeah.
but overall like they're both like really good.
So there you have it, an easy dumpling recipe that everyone's bound to like. Thanks for watching. Follow, like, and subscribe.